opportunity to be on that card, and it just all worked out perfectly. So
you being a boxer, your whole life, really, and I'm sure you watched every combat sport just being in boxing. Have you ever seen Rashad Evans or Rampage Jackson fight?
yeah, bro. My dad's a big UFC fan. So
Nice.
back in the day, whenever UFC first came out, everyone wearing Tapa and all those brands. We were always watching. Chuck Liddell was our favorite. And then you got Rampage Jackson or Rashad Evans. We were watching them as well when they came along. I used to love on the UFC game. I used to love to use Rashad Evans, mainly because he was good stand up, and I didn't like to wrestle and stuff. So I would stand up with him, and I did pretty good with Rashad Evans as my character on UFC. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. I mean, they're not young anymore, so I don't expect like nothing crazy, but I just think it's going to be a whole fun card. There's a lot of those influencers. I think it's fun to watch people fight that ain't great at fighting.
As I would say, very, very technical and professional, but also very entertaining.
Exactly
is what I would predict for sure, which is awesome. I'm so excited for it, man. I'm ready for it. Have you spent much time in the pit? Have you been in the locker room? Have you been on the court, walked down that tunnel? Have you actually experienced that type of legendary facility here in our state?
Not really. I mean, I've been to a Lobo game, but it's been a long time. And what's cool is now the Lobos are doing really good. So I think that's a big part of this whole card that's going to help. Is the Lobos been killing it, and I haven't really been there as far as I remember as an adult. Where I could I know it's huge, and I know the last person that fought there was Yanni. So I just keep on thinking about that, and it's something to add to my resume, and it's just going to be cool to be able to shine out there. It'd be cool to fight in the pit. That's something, special to me.
For sure, man. I've never even witnessed a fight there. I was talking to Rick Wright, some of the veterans, and just Van Tate, and I was asking them, about their experience, because they've been to all of them. And, they said it's the real deal, man. Them lights shine bright, the crowd gets loud, and, it's showtime. You know what I mean? So it's going to be awesome, I think. To kind of back up a little bit, man, you've been kind of on a heater. We've seen you throw your own shows. You fought Gilbert Mendoza twice. The last, I want to say, a couple years, very, very frequent. Kind of backing up, just how's this last couple years been for you, man? Is it kind of what you thought it was? Just how's it been these last 4 wins? I mean, they've been dubs. So, I mean, it can't be all good. It can't be all bad, can't be all good, as they say.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some good wins in there, and then some wins that I should have won. But I think even with the Gilberto Mendoza fight, I think I performed well. I shined, and I think I fought beautifully. I mean, I fought with one hand for 6 rounds, and I dominated every single round. So, I mean, like I said, people thought, obviously I should have won. I knew I was going to win, and, I mean, no matter who I fight, that's how I feel I'm going to win. So, but no, these last couple of years has been tough, man. Boxing is a brutal sport. It's a very lonely sport. It's unforgiving, and you spend time away from family, and you do stuff that a lot of people ain't willing to do. So it's tough. It's tough on your body. It's tough on your heart and your mind. Like I said, I have 2 babies at home with the beautiful woman that I love, and all the sacrifices that I have put into boxing, especially these last couple of years. It's I'm kind of just waiting for them to pay off, and sometimes they don't work the way you plan. I was expecting to be a real champ by now. Fights fall through, stuff happens, and you got to get back in the gym, and you got to get back to it. So it's been tough. I mean, I kind of went through some things. I even thought about hanging up the gloves a little bit before this opportunity presented itself, and it's like I said, it's a very lonely, brutal, long road, this sport, and a lot of people outside looking in don't realize what it takes to do this. We hurt our body, we take shots to the head, we spend time away from family, we miss birthday parties, we miss vacations, we miss all that stuff just to dedicate some time to the gym, and to go and shoot for something that isn't promised. So this sport is tough, and I believe only the strong survive, and I'm still here, and I'm still pushing. I'm planning to go 16-0 I'm gonna beat number 3 in the nation, and hopefully get another big fight after that.
Yeah, man, you've definitely been doing some big things, and I hate to bring up the bad stuff. I was so sad to have the last fight fall through, man. I wanted to see that more than anybody else. As you know, I'm sure everybody's been telling you that, man. And I just kind of wanted to ask you. You've been on plenty of different platforms. You said, your side of the story, and it's just I was just so sad not to see the fight happen, man. But I have to ask, has Top Rank, did they say anything like I mean, because you're the full package, man. I mean, you're a good dude. You're undefeated. You fight really well. You sell tickets. I mean, I don't understand. What the problem is sometimes. You know what I mean?
I just think I think the whole thing is with the weight division.
Mm-hmm.
112 pounds, 115 pounds. I mean, even 118. It's hard to get fights. It's hard to find fighters. A lot of the fighters are from out of the country, and I mean, they're gonna spend a pretty penny to bring a fighter out here. And sad to say, the money isn't really with the small divisions unless you're a star. And boxing isn't what it used to be. Back in the day, if you were good, you were good. You're gonna climb to the top, but you have to make sure you're keeping up with your social medias. You have to make sure you have a big following on social media, not just in the state, but around the world. So I think a lot of promoters look at that. I mean, Top Rank, I know they liked me. I know Bob Arum liked me and everything. It's just like I said, the weight division kind of sucks. I actually spoke to Brad Goodman after my fight, and that's basically what he told me, is they don't work too much with my division.
That was basically the answer they gave you. Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was. Is the division is just, they don't really work at 112. I mean, if you look at the fighters they have, I don't think they have too much. They have one 115-pounder from what I understand, and now that's why I'm trying to do 115 to see if there's more opportunities out there and see what happens. I'm just trying to stay a little bit more busy. It's hard.
As far as they say, kind of like a blessing in disguise, do you think moving up to 115, just even on the body, like you say, boxing is a grueling sport? Sometimes as we get a little older, the weight don't come off as easy. Sometimes you get more muscle, you get more bone density. So it's not even that you're trying to lose, it's just you're just it's just your bone density, man. So how does that weight moving up in division, how do you feel about that?
I feel good. I mean, I'm not as little as I used to be. I mean, I first turned pro at 112, and I've been at 112 since I turned pro. I mean, I fought a couple times heavier just to get a fight, but I've been making 112 for a long time, and I cut a lot of weight to do it. So I think it's gonna be good. I mean, I'm strong. I know I have the power to carry. I spar big guys. I sparred guys that fight at 126, 122, and they still tell me, you're strong for that weight division. So I know the power to carry. I think I might even be stronger just because I'm not killing myself to make weight. So I think it's gonna be good. A blessing in disguise, like you said. I think there's some good fights to be made in that division. Even I mean, Ephirium Bui, his last fight, he lost to Scrappy, John Ramirez, signed to Golden Boy. He's a pretty big star, and I mean, I'm gonna try to beat Bui better than he beat Bui, and maybe I could get that fight, or maybe I could. There's some good fights at that division that could possibly be my breakout fight. So hopefully, like you said, hopefully this guy happens for a reason. I believe in God. I believe things happen in my life.
Yes, sir.
There's a reason I'm still fighting, and there's a reason why all this stuff has happened to me, and my career hasn't went exactly how I have planned. So it's going how God has planned, and I believe in that. And whether it happens or not for me, He's given me a beautiful life and a beautiful family and beautiful people that I love around me. So I mean, I can't be too hurt about it.
And also, real quick, shout out Hydro Boy. I saw him on the poster. That's my boy Tim, man. Before we cut it out, this Thursday, I believe, 1 p.m. Central Standard Timing. Tune in on the ICS Instagram and also the Signature Punch Promotions Instagram. And I'm sure they have it online. They're going to be having a press conference in Las Vegas at the Palms. So make sure you tune in there. You're not going to want to miss not only this press conference, but you're not only going to want to miss this show. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Diamond Boy, Matthew Griego.